It's time for the Landrum Football Coaches Show with head coach Mike Reid on Upstate Prep-Cast. This show presented by Teddy Laster Racing Stables. In addition to the Briar Patch of Campobello, Inman Fast Stop, Pool Time and Supplies of Bowling Springs, Peach Country of Campobello. And now from the Southside Smokehouse and Grill in Landrum, South Carolina, your hosts Steve Roper and Kevin Jackson with head coach of the Landrum Cardinals, Mike Reid.
Good evening, Cardinal fans, and welcome to another edition of the Landrum Cardinal Football Coaches Show on Upstate Prep-Cast, presented by Teddy Laster Racing Stables. I'm Steve Roper, joined as always by my co-host and producer Kevin Jackson and Rob McIntyre on our camera. We're live from the Southside Smokehouse here in Landrum as the Cardinals get ready for a big road matchup against the Chesnee Eagles. Last week, Landrum fell 40-15 to Liberty High School. Despite the score, the Cardinals moved the ball well offensively, including a sensational highlight grab by wide receiver Trey Nesbitt, and defensively they held their own against a very large Liberty front. There were a lot of positives to take away and some lessons learned as the team now turns its focus to a crucial Week 10 showdown. Join us now to recap last week and preview what's ahead is the coach of your Landrum Cardinals, Coach Mike Reid. Coach, welcome. And, Coach, what stands out most to you last week in that big game against Liberty? And I'll say right up front, that was a massive offensive line, maybe a ton of meat up there, 3 yards and a cloud of dust in that offense.
Yeah, I mean, we knew going into the week those guys were big up front. And, you know, our game plan defensively, especially up front, was to cut them down. And our guys did a good job of doing that all night. When you ask defensive linemen to cut every single play or most every single play, that gets old. And those guys did a great job of doing that each play and when it was called. And it was able to keep those guys off our linebackers, and our linebackers make plays. And, you know, we knew they were big up front and you know, defensively that we knew they were fast. But I thought we had a good game plan offensively. You know, there was a big, you know, turning point in the game, I thought, when, you know, we threw the ball deep to Braylon and it got called back on a holding. You know, those kind of things kind of derailed our night. The penalties, man, it seems like every week we're getting more penalties, or, you know, it just comes at a bad time. And that's just mental stuff that we try to clean up, and things happen in the game. We know that, but, you know, we just got to be a little smarter, a little, you know, more technical with our technique, you know, to get rid of those holding calls and things like that. And, you know,
still a very young team.
Yep.
A lot of youngsters in there last week, freshmen, sophomores. Mm-hmm. We're going to have one of those on here shortly that is your guest that you've brought here this evening. And how this week, Coach, it's been wet, cold, and rainy. Fortunately, we're out here on the porch tonight at the Smokehouse. Fortunate enough to be outside here tonight. And how have you practiced this week? It's been inside on the field because it's been wet and cold.
Yeah, I mean, we had to go inside yesterday because it was just, you know, monsooning outside, and did it all day. The field just wasn't in condition for us to go out there. We were out there to go out there today and get on the field, which was, you know, what we wanted. And tomorrow's going to be kind of a wait and see in the afternoon to see what we can do. But from what I'm seeing, it's going to be another rainy day and cold. And so we'll just have to, you know, kind of take it by the day that it comes and see what happens.
We get to play Friday night on what I like to call the Eagle Magic Carpet over there, District 2. Yep. Bowling Springs and Chesnee both have the wonderful AstroTurf fields, but I call them the Magic Carpets, you know. But
yep.
So, but, you know, practicing in the gym and then on the grass. But Friday night it's turf. Doesn't matter if it rains or what. As long as we don't have lightning, we got to play football.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to matter on turf.
Coach, we'll talk more about Chesnee and the playoff picture later in the show. But first, we're going to bring in one of your talented young players who's been stepping up big this season. Up next, it's a sophomore, a very, very good sophomore, along with Coach Dylan Threadgill, right here on the Landrum Cardinal Football Coaches Show, presented by Teddy Laster Stables. Stick around.
There's nothing better than award-winning jumbo wings while you watch great sports programming on huge flat screens at Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. If you love wings and a whole menu of great food and drink options, come to Wings Etc. for lunch, dinner, and snacking, and lots of HDTV sports. And now, when you can't eat and watch the game here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, good food, great times, and online ordering at togo.wingsetc.com.
Do you have a tree problem? Look no further than JB Trees LLC. At JB Trees LLC, we strive to provide a wonderful experience with professional service marked by excellence, all at reasonable prices. Schedule your free estimate today by calling 864-497-8511. That's 864-497-8511, or visit us online at jbtreesllc.com. JB Trees LLC, where your vision meets our expertise.
Are you concerned about the economy, interest rates, or current market conditions? For timely information based on sophisticated research, call Raymond James Financial Advisor Tom Dixon at 864-582-1611. He can discuss your specific needs and help to provide you with investment choices that make sense for you. Call Tom at 582-1611 in Spartanburg for an appointment. Raymond James Financial Service, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned.
The Flounder Seafood Restaurant, located at 160 Barbado Lane in Spartanburg, opens every Wednesday through Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Serving the upstate since 1969, they have been twice voted Spartanburg's best seafood restaurant. Everything at the Flounder is fresh and homemade, from their specialty stews to their famous hash and their signature flounder. Visit the website at flounderfishcamp.com. Come visit the Flounder, where there is a line, but it moves quickly. The Flounder at 160 Barbado Lane. Give them a call at 864-576-3165.
Welcome back to the Southside Smokehouse and Grill here in Landrum, the Landrum Cardinals Coaches Football Show. Our next guest is one of the rising stars of this Landrum team, a sophomore who's made some great strides this season and continues to play an important role on both sides of the ball. Please welcome Avery West, and he is joined by Coach Dylan Threadgill. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hello.
Avery, let me ask you something, young man, and thanks for being here, by the way, also. This is your second year in the program. How far do you think you've developed? You're getting out there on Friday nights under the lights now and seeing the action. So how do you feel you are from last year to this year?
Definitely a lot better, for sure.
And how do you credit that? To any workout ethics or the coaching or somebody pushing you, somebody helping you along or anything?
Definitely Coach Brown in the weight room and him helping me on the field.
And who is him?
Coach Threadgill.
Coach, what can you tell me about this young man?
Man, he is a worker. Coach Brown, like you mentioned, anytime they're ever in the weight room, he comes in and he's like, man, Avery looks like he's about to pass out sometimes because he's in there trying to get that last rep, you know. And he showed up when we did our morning lifts in the off season. He's consistently just worked his tail off and gotten so much better throughout this season.
Speaking of eating, come from a large family, I learned earlier tonight. So if he works as hard in the weight room as he does on the groceries each week, as I'm hearing, how are you in the weight room? What's your favorite thing to do as far as any of the different stations go?
Probably squat.
What do you squat? You got to max out?
275.
That's pretty good for a young man, isn't it, Coach?
Yes, sir.
So, Avery, let me ask you another question here, because that's exactly what you've been here. That's what you're here for. How do the older guys help you out? Some of you senior leadership, you know, being a sophomore, thrust into the action. We've got a lot of young players, Coach, that are in here, and this is the future is on you, young man. You know, you're one of the cornerstones that we're laying now at this age that's going to pay off in 2 years if you stick with it, young man. So how are you looking at that from your perspective? Is this something you want to continue forward with, and do you play other sports? I
do track and field, but yeah.
You look like a shot put man in the track and field.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I knew it. Kevin, he's what?
He's a sprinter.
And sprinter? Really? I thought shot put when I looked at him because he likes the weights and such, so that's all right. So, Coach, tell us about Avery getting in here this year, what some things he might have done, maybe great block, good tackle, or even not, but just the work ethic and what he's bringing out there learning-wise on a Friday night at this age.
So I think the biggest thing with him has just been consistency. He's taking to heart learning the plays and learning, the adjustments when we're running different plays to different fronts. I mean, Friday night he comes in. He's coming in for a guy that gets banged up. He comes off the field and immediately he's like, Coach, we didn't run that right because this, that, and the other. And he's a sophomore, so he's already becoming a leader and he knows what he's supposed to be doing. And that's been the biggest thing for him is he may not be the biggest or the strongest right now, but he's putting in the work mentally and physically each day.
Avery, how long have you been playing football? Did you play Little League?
I played since 6th grade.
6th grade. You played for Landrum Youth?
Yes, sir.
You did? So would you encourage other children that are listening out there maybe tonight or younger brothers? You have there's another one of you at home, I heard, right? Younger brother?
He's older than me, though.
He's older than you. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Mom. But would you encourage kids getting involved with the youth association even from the 3rd grade younger? Why did you wait till the 6th grade? What was in that decision process? Had you not heard about it or what?
I don't know, honestly. Just wanting to, get out there, but, not really wanting to,
I think what sold me a long time ago, Coach, was my buddies showed up wearing uniforms one day, and I'm like, where'd you get these things at? I want to be a part of it. So, I just wanted to be. But anyway, Avery, you've done a fantastic job. It's still a learning process. Don't let anything get you discouraged. You do what you can do. You do it the best that you can do, and you listen to your coaches. That's the advice from Upstate Prep-Cast, okay?
Sir.
It's been great having you on. Thank you, and congratulations and on the rest of your season, all right, young man? All right, when we come back, we're going to be joined by another Cardinal here, plays on offense, defense, special teams. He's a man of about everything. He's everywhere on the field on a Friday night, and he's a senior, and we're glad to have him back here with Coach Reid in just a moment. You're listening to the Landrum Cardinals Coaches Football Show on Upstate Prep-Cast, sponsored by Teddy Laster Racing Stables.
Hey guys, this is Todd Waddell with Upstate Prep-Cast. When the storm hits, trust the guys who've got you covered. Guy Roofing. For over 50 years, they've been protecting homes and businesses across the Carolinas with a quality you can see and a name you can trust. From inspections to full replacements, their team is fast, reliable, and built on integrity. Visit GuyRoofing.com today. Guy Roofing. Protection you can count on.
Call 864-578-4594 for your consultation today.
Discover the power of Mahindra at Mahindra of the Upstate, located at 4951 Chesnee Highway in Chesnee. We're your one-stop destination for top quality tractors. Mahindra, the #1 best-selling tractor in the world, is now within your reach. Take advantage of our low-rate financing options, making your dream tractor more affordable than ever. Visit our website at sctractor.com or call 864-461-2515. Mahindra of the Upstate, the official tractor of tough.
Jeff Parks and his team of experienced real estate professionals at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services see Dan Joyner are lifelong football fans, and they know for a successful football team on any level, you must have great coaching and a good game plan. The same goes when purchasing or selling a home. Let the Spartanburg office at 170 Camelot Drive be your coach with the right game plan and strategy to make your real estate purchase go like a championship winning season. Contact Jeff Parks at 864-415-0336. Berkshire Hathaway, see Dan Joyner of Spartanburg. See danjoyner.com.
This is Pastor Tyler from View Church. We're located in Bowling Springs at 5555 Paris Bridge Road. If you've been turned off by religion, been discouraged or hurt by church, or maybe you just thought church was boring, you should give View Church a try. It's a place like none other. The people are genuine, the spirit is obvious, and God is moving in this place. Visit our website for times and direction at viewchurch.org.
Welcome back to the Southside Smokehouse and Grill, Landrum Cardinals Football Coaches Show here on Upstate Prep-Cast, sponsored by Teddy Laster Racing Stables. Our next guest is a driving force behind the Landrum team. He's a senior who's been a true three-way player this season, contributing in multiple positions and finding the end zone not once, not twice, but 9 times so far. Please welcome Braylon Revis, and he's joined by Coach Mike Reid again. Braylon, 9 touchdowns on the season. That's quite an accomplishment so far. What's been the driving force behind your performance so far, you think?
I think just wanting to win, just do whatever I can to win, whatever it takes.
Earlier in the season, I think the breakout run for you was it Walhalla, Kevin, or nowhere Schultz? run that we've talked about all season long. I mean, you had been doing great even up to that point. Hello, young man. Good to have a small Cardinal in here. Thank you. And who's that, Braylon?
This is my little brother, Holston.
Holston, how are you? How old are you, Holston?
4.
4? Can you look at me? Look at me. You're 4 years old. Do you like to watch your big brother play football? Do you go to the ball games and watch him? Do you cheer real loud? How do you cheer for him in the stands? Show me a cheer. How do you holler for your brother? When he runs a touchdown and the band starts playing and the crowd goes wild, what does the little brother do?
So what you do?
You look? He looks up to his big brother, I'm sure, as I did mine when I was a young man. Braylon, when you sit here with your little brother like that, and you know that he's in the stands on a Friday night, and mom and dad and everything else, but as he's looking up at you now with admiration, how does that make you feel?
Proud, and it kind of helps me know I can't let him down.
You know you've got a fan in the stands.
Yeah.
And you like cheering for your brother. You like watching him play? You really do? Are you going to be a football player one day too? Do you think so? Brendan, you also play another sport. Was it you told me?
Do track.
Do the track. I forgot. And it was what was it? The event again?
I do the long jump, the triple jump, the 100 meter, 200 meter, 400 meter, 4x4.
How have you been doing in the 100 meters over the years? In any region, some medals or anything?
No, not in the 100 meter. Just in the 4x4.
Okay, striving for that this fall?
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you this. You've been a very good role model for the other kids that are coming along with your stellar play this season, and I know that you're one of Kevin's favorites, absolute favorites, because he just talks about you on the way home, what you did, this and that, this and that. Great receptions defensively from the corner. You come up. Coach, he comes up quickly and reacts to the ball now.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that develop in all those guys back there compared to 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, every day, they're working on their footwork and breaking on the ball, and when you're as good an athlete as Braylon, it comes pretty natural, and he does a great job on breaking on the ball or coming up and setting the edge. He just does a great job of that.
He does, and I'm not saying that was a great improvement like we weren't doing good 2 years ago, but that's with growth. Mm-hmm. These guys right here, we had Avery here a minute ago when I was talking about the sophomores and how it is to grow. This is a young man that was, and a lot of other ones you've seen over in the past that were sophomores just a couple of years ago and in that learning process also. And then, boom, bada bing, here it is, you're a senior. Do you want to reflect back on your career so far? Because this week's a big game. We're not going to get into the specifics of our opponent and things like that. But it really is a situation, okay, with the victory, there's a shot at a playoff. Mm-hmm. And it's got to be in the back of the mind for a senior, at least one more opportunity to play in November.
Yes, sir. And since I've been at Landrum, we never beat Chesnee, so that's kind of a good way to go out if we can win.
I've been here 7 years. Right, Kevin?
That's correct,
This is my 7th year.
You are correct, sir.
The first year that I was here, we beat Chesnee on a last-second interception, and Peyton Atkins took it back 60 yards for a last-second game-winning interception, and I interviewed him. I was doing sideline back then. They probably need me back there again now from Friday Night Antics. But it's the first sideline interview that I did, and I said, son, how do you feel about returning the game-winning touchdown in the waning moments? And I put the microphone. He said, well, how am I supposed to feel? So he earned the name that night of Mr. Talkative. So Trey Nesbitt last week earned the name. Kevin, what did I come up with, Trey?
I thought you called him Mr. Talkative. We called Peyton Mr. Excitement.
Mr. Excitement. So Trey is Mr. Talkative Nesbitt, but he makes big plays on Friday night like he did last week. And this is a young man that's made big play after another. And when you're talking about the success of Ty Foster at the quarterback, this has been one of his main targets this year. Braylon, what's the chemistry between you and Foster?
We spend the whole day together, all our classes together. We just grown closer this season.
How long have y'all been friends, known each other?
I've known him since I came to Landrum my sophomore year, but just this year we kind of have grown a lot closer.
Well, friendships that you develop on the field of honor, as I like to call it, will last you a lifetime. You'll be an old man one day sitting around possibly doing a live stream for no pay. and talking about high school sports and talking about what you did 47 years ago. But I tell you, young man, you are a role model. You are what I consider that every student in Landrum High School should really be proud of for the example that you set. And that's a testament to the mom and dad and this wonderful little brother right here. Coach, you'd like to add anything else to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been an honor to coach him. I mean, he's one of those guys that comes to work every day. You never hear an excuse. He performs every Friday night. We don't have to worry about him. We always put him on the other team's best receiver, and he's always going against the other team's best DB. So he's outperforming them every week, and we expect no less from him because he puts in the work every single day over the summer, the off season, and like I said, it's been an honor to be able to coach him and be his head coach his senior year.
Well, seeing how I had mentioned that he is Kevin's favorite player. Kevin, you'd like to ask this young man anything?
Well, Braylon, like I said, you came to Landrum in 2023. You said 3 years ago when you were a sophomore.
Yes, sir.
But you're one of those guys that have no doubt. We talk a lot about the kids that come up here from kindergarten on and stuff, but the ones of you that come in late and leave no doubt that you gave everything to Landrum. There's nothing more I don't think that any one of us in the community could have asked you to play any harder, contribute any more than what you have over these past 3 years, and it's been a pleasure watching you, and hope we get another week out of you and stuff. After this week, we're going to need to go down there and get us a win at Chesnee and guarantee you and these seniors another chance to play next Friday night.
Yes, sir, hopefully.
Here's a senior that's given his heart and soul to his community and his school and the name that is across that jersey on Friday night. Braylon, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on a great season that you've had so far. And, Coach, we'll wrap things up with you in just a few moments in our final segment as we break down this must-win matchup at Chesnee, and we're looking at that playoff picture that comes with it. You're watching the Landrum Cardinals Football Coaches Show on Upstate Prep-Cast, presented by Teddy Laster Racing Stables.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call Agent Chad Wagner, Asheville Highway, Spartanburg, 585-7999.
All right, guys, 30-second commercial for GSP Security. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
No, it's your turn to go. I did the last one.
No, this one's yours.
Man, I've already got a security system from GSP Securities. You're the one that needs to talk about this.
Well, you can talk about it because I don't know anything about it, so you tell me.
I've got cameras, I've got motion detectors, I've got everything that I need to be safe at my house.
Oh, come on.
All right, forget it. Y'all both forget it. Just go to www.callgsp.com today to request a free quote.
Warrior Tree Service, your go-to tree experts. Family owned and operated since 2020, offering service from tree removal to tree trimming and stump grinding. At Warrior Tree Service, we handle it all. When nature strikes, count on us to clean up the mess and restore your property back to normal. Visit our website at warriortreeservicesc.com. To get a free estimate, call 864-278-2555. Warrior Tree Service, where nature thrives, we revive.
This is Steve Roper,
Kevin Jackson
at Upstate Prep-Cast, and I tell you what, folks, you don't have to feel a financial strain from a clogged drain. Just call the MVP of plumbers. That's Mike Verner's Plumbing, proudly celebrating their 40th year of service to the Carolinas. Mike Verner's Plumbing has you covered in all situations, whether it's commercial or residential. So if your toilet's on the fritz and you really need to take a
hold everything, folks, call the MVP of plumbers today at 864-472-8756. Mike Verner's Plumbing of Inman.
When you need trusted legal guidance, experience matters. For decades, the Stevens Law Group has been serving people right here in South Carolina. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. They handle all areas of family law with skill and compassion, helping clients navigate life's most important decision. Call 864-598-9172 or visit scfamilylaw.com today. The Stevens Law Group, local experience with a focus on family.
Hi, this is Ron Hawkins with Next Home Experience Realty. For over 30 years, I've been helping people buy and sell homes. Whether you're looking for new construction, buying your very first home, searching for that perfect investment property, or selling a home you've loved for years, call or text me at 864-415-5792 or visit my online site at spartanburghomes.net. I am Ron Hawkins, your trusted realtor in the Upstate, turning for sale into sold for over 30 years.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Southside Smokehouse here in Landrum, South Carolina. Landrum Cardinals Coaches Football Show here on Upstate Prep-Cast, presented by Teddy Laster Racing Stables. Coach Reid here with me now, and we're going to talk about that big region matchup, Coach, over in Chesnee this Friday night. A lot of playoff implications. A very complicated situation if you come out with a victory.
Yeah, I mean, if we come out with a victory, it's going to be a three-way tie between us, Blacksburg, and Chesnee, and then it's going to go to points allowed. So, there's a certain scenario where we do make the playoffs, and there's a certain scenario, even if we win, we don't make the playoffs. So, we just got to take care and do our part and win, and everything else take care of itself.
Coach, can you elaborate, is it points allowed across all region games or just between the three?
Just between the three.
Okay. That was the question. Yeah.
So, no love lost between the two. We just discussing a while ago, we haven't beaten Chesnee since 2020 or 19. 18, I'm told from the crowd. Do I hear 19, 20 and a half? But anyway, Coach, that's a long little streak, and those guys are always come in tough and ready to go. But we got to go over there, like I said, and play on the carpet. So with this playoff implication and all that stuff in mind, how do you approach this week's game mindset-wise with these guys and let them know what's going on?
Well, you approach it like it's a playoff game. I mean, I told these guys Monday, this is your first round of playoffs. You've got to win. And, I think our kids understand that, if they want to keep on playing, they've got to win Friday night. We, losing, the region games we have, we kind of put ourselves in a bad situation. But, it's a playoff game for us. We win this game with a certain scenario, we still get in. So, it's got to be a playoff mindset.
We had touched on the subject last week about coaching changes with this senior group that's come through. They've undergone, this is the third coach for this group. Yep. It would be very, very, very special for this group who has, provided much leadership this season to see the team struggle, on the opposite side of the scoreboard. But to squeak out a win this week, how special could that be for these guys?
It'd be very special. Like I said before, these guys have kind of went through the ringer. I mean, as far as, the change of coaches and things like that, and it's nothing they could control. And, it'd just be very special for these guys to go out, getting in the playoffs, possibly win a playoff game. It's just they've worked hard. They deserve it, But, I told them, sometimes in life you don't get things you deserve.
Well, Coach, with all of that in mind, and we're going over there this Friday night with the intentions of playing as hard as you can and give it all you got. And I know seniors would do that because each snap of the ball could potentially be, just one less time of that you're going to have in a Cardinal uniform. Yep. So last week we faced a team that bunched it up in there, ran a wing formation, something out of 1960s, but it's very effective. Yep. I love the old offenses, and if you got the big line to do it, you can do it. You can do it. Well, what are we going to see this week?
I mean, it's going to be a similar type, but they're throw it a little more than Liberty did. Their quarterback, he's a great player. He can run in and throw it, and they've got a north-south wide receiver, so they obviously throw it a little bit, but, they're going to be a kind of a wing team, and they'll get in the spread a little bit, but their spread's different than our spread. Their spread's with two wings and then two split outs. But they're going to run, similar stuff to Liberty. They're going to run power counter. They're going to run, super power, speed sweeps. It's kind of pretty similar to what we saw last week, except they're going to be a little more spread out. They're not going to be foot to foot. But it's going to be a challenge again. Each week. Like I said, I think before our region started, every team in our region is good. You got to bring your A game every region game.
Well, anytime you play Chesnee, you got to bring your A game because it's a very good program, has been for many years, and they earn respect when they leave the field, and so got to go over there, got to play as hard as you can, try to play flawless football. I guess it's the same OMO every week, isn't it, Coach? It never changes. All right, we want to thank Coach Reid, Avery Vest, Coach Dylan Threadgill, and Braylon Revis for joining us tonight. And as always, thank you, Cardinal fans, for tuning in and supporting Landrum football all season long. But before we close, Kevin wants to mention this.
Folks, once again, we want to thank you for tuning in all season to the Landrum Football Coaches Show. We, again, always give special thanks to Southside Smokehouse and Grill for being so gracious and allowing us to film here every week. It's possible. We've had good weather, so we thank the good Lord up above for that. Do want to give a special thanks to Travis and
Holly
Gosnell for taking time out of their week every week to come out here and prepare this area, and Holly for serving all the people that come out. And
Bruiser, if you're listening.
And Bruiser, if you're listening. But, so we give a special thanks to all those, and, of course, Coach Mike Reid for arranging all the players and coaches all season long and such. And we also want to give a special shout-out to our sponsors that make this possible every week and stuff. This season has been, our primary sponsor has been Teddy Laster Racing Stables, also brought to you in part by the Briar Patch Quick Stop of Campobello, Inman Fast Stop, Pool Time and Supplies of Bowling Springs, Peach Country of Campobello. And if you are ever interested next season in becoming a sponsor of the Landrum Football Coaches Show, get your name in early and let us know by going to www.upstateprepcast.net/Landrum for all information on the local Landrum broadcast. And a big special shout-out also we need to give to Rob and Justin for always being our camera operator and
Rob
production assistant.
McIntyre and his son, Justin.
Yeah.
Justin is a senior at Landrum, and he stepped up when Rob was having some medical issues earlier in the year, filled in for his dad, and we've just kept him.
Well,
and we like him.
What is your son's
Rob,
name?
not so much, but the son, yeah.
Your son's
we love
Jonathan.
You, Rob. We love you, Rob.
Jonathan is this son. I meant our Justin here.
Oh, that Justin. Rob, step away from the camera. Come over here with us at the ending here for tonight. We want to get you on here. And Rob is just really working the chain game there at Landrum for many years, and we brought him on last year on the sidelines, and he's just really, really helped us out big time.
Come on over
and
here.
A Friday night would not be possible, ladies and gentlemen, for you people at home who watch us without Rob and his son operating the camera sometimes on top of that press box in the cold sleet and rain, Coach.
So thanks to him and Rob and Jonathan for all that, and Justin for coming and help us on the coach's show on a PA level as well.
All right, folks, be sure and join us Friday night as the Landrum Cardinals travel over to Chesnee, South Carolina to face the Eagles in a must-win playoff implications game. Everything's on the line. This is for all the beans, all the marbles, and the rest of the collard greens, Kevin.
Beans?
Beans. Oh, that's right. So if you can't join us at the stadium, look us up on what, Kevin?
www.upstateprepcast.net/Landrum. And for the first time, we're going to be able to bring you video from Chesnee.
All right, for Kevin, Coach Reid, and the entire Upstate Prep-Cast team, I'm Steve Roper. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Landrum Cardinals Football Coaches Show. And, Coach, what do we tell them?
Go Cards.